Hello and welcome to the Fox's Den. We're a new channel and we're focusing on EDC type gear and watches. So today I'm just going to show you my winter EDC. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the Victorinox Tinker, which is a 91mm 3-layer knife. So I guess we all know Victorinox quite well. So the Tinker version comes with, so it's got the main blade, the spear point blade, and also a smaller spear point blade. So Victorinox use their own steel. It can be a bit soft, but it makes it easy to sharpen. There's a lot of super steels out there these days, but I find it an excellent steel to use. The next thing you've got is the scissors, which is probably the thing I use far more than a knife. Victorinox scissors are kind of famously the best there is. Then you've got with a half stop, you've got the wire stripper, bottle opener, and a large flathead screwdriver. On the other side, you've got smaller flathead can opener, which is a bit obsolete these days. And what else on the other side? On the back then you've got the reamer and awl, which can be useful sometimes for making holes and things, pilot holes for drilling, that kind of thing. And then you've got the parcel hook, which is again kind of obsolete as a parcel hook, but you can be surprised how often you can use that. I use it all the time for when something gets stuck somewhere, hook it and pull it out, that kind of thing. And then the unique thing about the Tinker is it's got a Phillips screwdriver where you would normally have the corkscrew. So because this is, I've changed these for plus scales. So I think the normal Victorinox scales actually still have the hole in here that you can add the pin, but it doesn't come with them. So there's a pin in there which is really useful for getting splinters out, SIM cards, that kind of thing. Then you've got the toothpick. This is a coloured version. When I changed the plus scales, I got red ones instead of the normal kind of brownish colour ones. I do use them all the time, as disgusting as they are. You get the tweezers, which is again really useful for splinters with kids, that kind of thing. And the pen, pressurized ballpoint pen, which is very kind of difficult to use. You can put it in behind the parcel hook, but it's kind of an emergency only pen, but still it can be really handy to have if you're stuck. So that doesn't come with the Victorinox Tinker, only if you add the plus scales, as I've done, which it's quite easy to change them over. I kind of recommend doing it to most. A lot of people get the compact just for the reason of getting those. I know it's a 2-layer knife and that, but it's there's no reason you can't add them to any Victorinox with the Celador scales, the 91mm version, that is. And a lanyard I've added. This is Victorinox's own lanyard, which just gets it a bit easier to pull out of your pocket. The next thing is torch, which is the Phoenix E12. So this is it's got a tail switch operation, and it's got, when you lightly press, you get 3 different light factors lumens from the this is the V2 version, by the way, but you get, so there's 3 different levels. There's 5, 30 and 160. So I find that the 5 in particular is very useful because it is not that bright when you are looking for something in room where there's children asleep or that kind of thing, which I find myself doing a lot, without waking everybody up. You know, when you go in with some super torch that blasts out, you know, 300 lumens or something, you wake up everyone. So yeah, I find it used. You can see how battered it is, how often I use it. I use it probably 20 times a day. I think if you don't carry a small flashlight, you probably think you don't need one, but when you do, you won't be able to live without it. So the next thing is the lighter, a Zippo lighter. So I don't smoke, but I do find that I find lots of uses for a lighter during the day. You know, lighting candles, lighting fire at home in the evening, that kind of thing. So this is the raw brass version, which kind of develops a nice patina, and it is the armor case, which is 1.5 times thicker than the normal case. Just makes it a bit tougher and stronger. I think it's worth getting if it's available in the one you want. I did have a butane insert, but I found it was a bit problematic that it stopped working. And I think it's due to the butane I was using. I had trouble getting premium butane that they recommend. So in the end, I changed back to the original. I thought the butane suited me better because I wouldn't use it that often, and the fuel evaporates from the original ones. You know, it just goes in here. But actually, I find it fine. You know, I top it up maybe every 2 weeks. And it's much more reliable than the butane one. But yeah, it's a yeah, they're just a cool thing. You know, to be honest, like a Bic lighter is probably more reliable, but they're just not as cool as a Zippo. The other thing I use is a Parker Jotter pen. I got loads of different colours of these. I like that they're, you know, they have a kind of a slightly premium feel, but at the same time, we're not that expensive, so it's not the end of the world if you lose them. This is the gold and stainless steel version. I've got lots of different versions. I prefer the gel insert over the original insert. It's kind of a bit more inky and nicer to write with. And I use these field notes, sight notes, which is a cheaper version of the field notes. You get them on Amazon. I'll leave a link below. And they've got some conversion tables in the back, which I find useful enough. But yeah, always handy to have in your pocket. The next thing is my wallet, which is sorry, I forget the name. It's a local leather maker, Turas Leather. So it's their logo there. So it's a hand-stitched leather wallet. You can see it's got a nice patina to it, and it's got an open middle like that. I try to keep as minimal as I can with not very many cards, and just emergency cash. I also keep this in here, which is from the Victorinox Swiss card, which has 2 Phillips heads on it and 2 flat heads, which is you know, so small you don't know what's in there, but it can be very handy if you're stuck. So I just stick it down in the corner there. And the final thing is watch. So what I've been wearing a lot lately is this Hamilton khaki field mechanical. It doesn't have a anti-glare coating, as you can see from how shiny and showing up the lights it is. But this is it's a 38 milliliter. So the 38 millimeter. Sorry, the reference is H69439931. So it's 38 millimeter. It's only 9.5 millimeters thick. That's because it's a hand winding watch. If it was automatic, it would add to the thickness. and the case has got this kind of really nice sandblasted finish, which is to because it's a military type watch, that it doesn't shine and give away your location when you're in the field. And it's so I suppose what gets a lot of criticism is the kind of difficult to show you there, but the patina hands. There's got patina hands. And also, when I searched online before I bought it, there was a lot of talk about the spring breaking in them from overwinding. You just wind it like this. You just keep going until you feel a bit of resistance and you stop. So a lot of people were saying they heard like a cling, and then this was just free spinning the crown. So I bought mine in when is it? May 2024, and I spoke to Hamilton about this. So they said they had recently at that time changed to Nivacron balance springs, which is a different type of spring that is designed for higher resistance to magnetic fields and shock resistance, that kind of thing. But it had, because the spring is very thin to give the 80-hour power reserve, it was very vulnerable before, but when it was changed to this type, apparently the issue has gone away. So I mean, I've used it for a year or so, and I always wind it right to the end, and it is ticking away fine. As you can see, I haven't had any trouble with it. So yeah, it's as I said, it's got an 80-hour power reserve. It's a H50 movement, and it's only got 50-meter water resistance, which is poor, I think, for a field watch and for an expensive watch as it is. Well, relatively expensive. And it is got sapphire glass, and it's it's a nice all-round watch that you can wear almost anywhere. You could wear it even almost with a suit, or with on holiday, anything really. I've changed mine to just a different strap, just for a change. It's a Haveston strap. I think it's the OG 107, I think it's called. But yeah, it's worth having a look at Haveston. They've got the design is kind of got a backstory to each strap, that they're from like military aircraft designs, that kind of thing, or military. I think this one was from more military clothing, but yeah, I think it looks good. It kind of plays on the military feel of the watch, and yeah, it's a cool all-around watch. I like its simplicity. So that is it. I'll just bring back into things. So as I say, we're a new channel. I am hoping to upload lots more content in the coming days, or weeks, should I say. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to, if you could comment and tell me what you think I should add, or what you think is missing from my EDC. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully there'll be lots more content that you'll enjoy coming soon.